This video is a preview of the Data-Driven Graphics Generator tool, which is a single tool that generates graphics inside Unreal. Along the video, I will show some examples of data-driven graphics customized by the user by means of this tool. In this example, the tool is set up to produce a graphic with 10 bars, a trend line, and trend line points. In this case, the trend line points are measuring the percentage value of each bar. It is possible to display animations or static meshes in the different sections of the graphic. You can display a panel behind the graphic and reference lines. In this case, 4 lines showing the percentage values at 100%, 75, 50, and 25. This is the average line of the current values, and a panel showing the current percentage value. It is also possible to spawn reference lines at random locations, like this one. This is what happens when the tool updates and all the values update. This is the average line of the current values, so you can display several average lines at the same time to compare them, or you can reverse them. And this is the reverse mode with the gravity enabled. As you can see, the tool doesn't have an impact on the performance of the game. In this case, the graphic generator tool is dividing the graphic in even groups of 3 elements each. The color of the bars change according to the values. On the left, there is a panel showing the legend of the meaning of the colors. Above each group, another panel displays information about that group. A set of 10 reference lines show the percentage and color of each value. A new set of panels display the average information of each group. The average value to be displayed can also be customized by the user. Three average lines with the matching color of the graphic are displayed at this moment. It is possible to reverse each of the elements of the graphic independently. It is also possible to display trend line points that change their scale according to the values of the bars at any moment. When the graphic updates, the scale of the trend line points also updates, as well as the calculation of the average panels of each group. With an organic look, this graphic is displaying uneven groups of 4, 3, 1, and 2 elements. Some of the panels of the graphic has been replaced by stones, like the panels above each group displaying information about the group. The panel behind the graphic has also a rocky material on it, and a stone is displayed ahead of the average line on moving forward. The bars and the trend line can be reversed independently, as well as the panel behind the graphic and the reference lines can do. In this graphic, the elements are displayed along a curved line. The colors of each element of the graphic, including the trend line, change from a dark to a light color according to the value. The light of the base of each bar also changes the color according to the values. All the lines and elements of the graphic are displayed following the initial curve. The average lines can be displayed and reversed at any moment. When the graphic updates, the bars display an optional particle system, in this case an explosion in the base. This is an example of a complex trend line with multiple values produced by the graphics generator tool. All the elements in these graphics can be offset, like in this case the average value panel, which is being displayed in the middle of the graph. A set of trend line points are being displayed on the trend line. The scale of the points changes according to the values, but in this case the graphic has been set up for the values to have a low impact on the size of the points. When the graphic updates, everything moves accordingly. In the reverse move, the trendline points have been set to be held in their location until the trend line finishes the reverse move. In this iteration, the graphics generator tool is set to spawn different trend lines, each line with a different material to easily differentiate them. In the same way, each average line and panel displays a distinctive material to compare their values. As we can see in the back of the graphic, the panels of the reference lines can display either a value or a customized text. For a better visualization of the values, the trend lines are displaying points with an emissive material. All the elements of the graph can be reversed at once. This is an example of how to compare different graphics displaying them next to each other, which is a feature of the graphics generator tool. The user can set each of the graphics to display different materials, meshes, animations, and particles for a better visualization. All the graphics can be reversed at the same time. In this case, the values of the graphic are affecting the size of a particle system. All the particle systems are being displayed at the same height. The mesh of the trend line has been set to use a twisted line. When the graphic updates, the size of the particle systems scales accordingly. If the value is 0, the particle system disappears. In the reverse move, each particle system scales down smoothly before disappearing. The values of the current graphic are affecting the scale of particle systems that are being displayed along the trend line. When it updates, each particle system moves and changes the scale according to the new value. The particle systems can be offset if necessary. It is also possible to display different particle systems for each point. Once again, in the reverse move, the particle systems scale down smoothly. The graphics generator tool can also produce raiseboard-style graphics like those used to cover the elections. In this case, each panel is displaying the current total value and the corresponding percentage. Each bar is displaying a different material to match the materials of the panels. A panel behind the graphic helps to isolate it from the environment. In this case, the graphics generator tool is set to produce a graphic in an election style. The graphic features dynamic panels that move with the bars when the graphic updates. Each time the graphic updates, an explosion with smoke is triggered in the base of the bars. A panel behind the graphic and emissive materials produce a more engaging visualization of the data. This is an example of how to visualize data on objects using the graphics generator tool. In this case, the trend line is using a braid mesh to give it an organic touch. In this particular iteration, the data is being visualized on trees that change their scale according to the current values of the graphic. A particle system is being displayed on the base of the trees. Displaying a translucent panel behind helps to focus the attention on the graphic. A new average line is displayed to compare it with the previous average value. In the reverse move, the gravity of the trend line points has been activated.
Georgia, which President Trump almost certainly needs to win if he's to secure a second term. As of this moment, too early to project a winner in this crucial battleground.
It's also too early to make a call in Kentucky. Meanwhile, Biden...
President Trump has taken Kentucky. The former Vice President, Joe Biden, is the winner in the Commonwealth of Virginia and also in Vermont. Still too early to call Georgia or Indiana.
Important to know, as you see the vote totals come in, one of the two candidates could be leading in the vote total, but based on our analysis and the decision desk, they're making a call based on the projections, and those calls will be checks on the bottom of your screen. The race to 270, that's the magic number, 270 electoral votes. Right now it's 16 to 8.
Where the race stands to 270 at this hour. Long list of crucial battlegrounds, folks, that are still too early to call. We are just getting rolling this evening, so settle in here with us.